You just hosted a telephone town hall and an in-person town hall for your constituents. What did you hear from the people?
Well, we took some surveys during the course of the telephone town hall, and most of the people were most concerned about job opportunities. That's no surprise. Quality education wasn't far behind. Balancing the money we're going to spend with the student outcomes is really an issue of discussion that happened during the course of a couple of specific questions. Transportation improvements for Spokane, it's always been devolved into a taxes or no taxes situation, and quite frankly, we've got a number of legislators together, both sides of the aisle in the Spokane region, that are talking about just saying, we've given money far beyond the return on investment received for our tax dollars spent, and it's our turn. We funded 520 out of Seattle, 167 corridor, 405 in Seattle. 50 years ago, at the same time the North-South corridor was planned, and it's our turn now. So we're just trying to get together and have something that's bipartisan to come forward and make sure that we're given due attention on the east side of the state here. Miscellaneous things that happened were marijuana implementation, which should, according to Initiative 1183, happen about June 1st. We're trying really hard to make that happen. Safe streets in Spokane, that sort of things that are bread and butter issues that we're sent to Olympia to address. I absolutely appreciate everybody who participated in this event, and I look forward to having more contact after session as I get back into town and can meet with you personally.
Speaking of jobs, what's the latest on the proposal to increase the minimum wage?
I did write a short editorial for the Spokane Journal of Business that was published. That'll give you an idea in detail of what my position is. I don't support an increase in the minimum wage at this point here, just because the statistics as to income equalization that we're attempting to accomplish by providing a higher minimum wage just doesn't seem to be well founded. The issue itself didn't get out of appropriations. The potential exists it could be deemed necessary to implement the budget and maybe pass before the final day of session. I'm not sure that that's actually going to happen. And really, realistically, Washington had $9.32 an hour, has the highest minimum wage in the country. That does hurt job opportunities and removes our competitiveness with the states that surround us so closely, specifically Idaho, who right across the border, 45 minutes from Spokane, has a federal minimum wage of $7.25. Jobs and businesses that currently exist that are mobile would tend to go to a place that actually can afford to do business, and we don't want to actually make Washington the type of situation where with a regulatory environment that's oppressive, the high cost of labor in industries, the unemployment insurance costs out there, and a B&O tax on gross revenues added to a proposed $10 to $15 minimum wage. People do business anywhere but Washington State. We want to avoid that.
Who has recently visited you from Spokane here in Olympia?
Thank God that everybody from Spokane's coming over here. This ends up being an echo chamber in Olympia here, where I have the resident lobbyists come through for many different issues, and I hear from the same people over and over again. And the only true information I get that is new and innovative and actually has some tethered reality out there are when you come from Spokane to talk to me. We've had the nurses from both UW and WSU, and the Washington State University pharmacy students, they've come recently. Let's see, I've had aging and long-term care of Eastern Washington. Federation of State Employees was here. Firefighters, of course, dear to my heart as a retired police officer. And just a couple days ago, I had the Washington Credit Union Association show up here. Absolutely happy to see them.
The revenue forecast was released last week. What did that show, and what does it mean for the budgeting process?
We're going to see an increase of about $30 million for the 2015 biennium, what's left of it here. That's kind of a drop in the bucket. I hope to see proposals from the Senate and House majorities this week that address the issue of how we're going to spend those. One of the things I really like about the Senate proposal is another freeze on tuition increases for higher education. That's at a minimum what we need to do to allow students to continue to afford to be able to go to college in this state. But overall, I hope that everything that happens are supplemental changes, not major issues that come out here that are going to upset the budget cart that we had already passed last session. And the biggest thing I hope is that we actually do our job well, do it well enough to be done on March 13th with no special sessions. Thanks for watching my weekly video update. If you ever have any questions, concerns, or suggestions, please contact my office at the information on your screen. I also encourage you to sign up for my email updates at my website, www.representativejeffholey.com. I'm Jeff Holey, and it's an honor to serve as your state representative.